Hey guys, this is Kelly. I am back with a video for the summer scrapping series that Audrey is doing, and I'm going to link her channel in the detail section below if you have not checked her out so you can see what she's up to. She is doing this series of 14 days of summer scrapbook layouts, and each day is having a different YouTuber join in, and it's really cool because you will get 14 layouts from her and then 14 different, I guess, guest layouts. So I am taking the LE Studio 6x6, I think the collection's called Live, Laugh, and Love, and I am going to use it to back the cut file title. I got this from the cut shop, I do believe. I know it's from Ashley. I think it's a cut shop file. And this is like one of the best, easiest titles to back just because it's not very intricate. So it does not take me long at all to back these letters. I do not make you watch me back them all just because that is incredibly boring. But I just, have left in a few of the letters just so you can see how I'm kind of just choosing some of the colors. So these photos that I am scrapbooking are of one of the rides at a theme park that we go to, and my husband stalked one of these water blasters, and the kids wanted to go on a water ride. It was hot, but it wasn't, it wasn't so hot to where we felt the need to go on the ride with them. Plus, I had my camera. So he stayed out with me, and the kids are old enough at that time where we could send them on the ride. And he stalked this water blaster out and waited for the kids to come. And when they came by, they could see him there, and they got soaked. So I don't know who had more fun, my husband or the kids, but I just wanted to get this little memory documented, and I thought it was a cute little story. So there is my title, Good Times. I love the way that it came out, and what I want to do though is to add a neutral paper. The collection has this beautiful wood grain, and I knew that I wanted to use that to back the two photos, but first I needed to mount my photos on white cardstock, simply because it just really needed that bit of white to help make the photos pop off that pattern paper. I usually do this anyway, although I will say that I actually have a video coming up very soon where I mount my photo on colored cardstock. Crazy, I know. I'm really trying to do a few things outside of my comfort zone and outside of things that I would normally do. So I feel like this layout was definitely one of those, just with the amount of bright colors. I'm usually a little bit more subdued. And, like I said, it's fun to challenge, or at least it is for me, to challenge myself. So this is where my layout goes bad. So I'm going to tell you right now that I end up doing not one, not two, but 3 different backgrounds for this page. Oh my heck. However, it was a learning experience. So frustrating, yes, but it's all good. So what I decided to do is I took the Distress Oxide in Cracked Pistachio, and I believe this is Calypso Teal in dilutions, and I wanted to have a little bit of mist behind the photos because I thought how perfect it would be to have blue colored mist coming out from behind the title and the photos. And I felt like that side just it wasn't, not that it wasn't dark enough, the color was great, but I wanted more of that watercolor effect because it's water. So this is my second attempt, and I'm still using the same piece of cardstock. I just flipped it over, and this definitely is brighter, and it's just gonna ultimately be too bright. But I continue going down this page, I actually get everything stuck on this page, and then I end up cutting things off of it. I do not show that whole process because it did take me a while, but you know, sometimes if you're just not happy with the layout, it just is worth it to take the time to get it to where you really like it. And I left these parts in because it showed how I went about deciding what I wanted to do and where. So I wanted to, I was trying to see if I could tone down that blue watercolor, and you know, I was thinking maybe taking another pattern paper behind that, you know, the brown wood grain, but I didn't really like any of those, and I just, since I wasn't quite sure what to do, I kept on thinking maybe if I just push through this, I'll be able to make it work and figure out a way, you know, that I can fix it and have it look good for me. So I did entertain the thought of putting it just on plain white cardstock. I definitely like the clean look of, you know, white cardstock. I use it quite frequently, but you know, like I said before, I really wanted to try to do something a little bit different. Plus, I really like the idea of having the blue mist behind the photos. But I'm just going to continue doing it this way because you're going to see how I ultimately build the page. So I want to have this little cluster on the photo of my husband, and the little piece, the die cut says enjoying this moment, and he very much was enjoying this moment. And I'm going to do a cluster on the right side of the photo with my kids in it, and include that smiley face flare button. I'm not sure who makes that flare. I don't have a ton of flare. It's one of those things that I keep saying that I want to add more to my stash, because I do love flare. It's just, you know, it's just I haven't ordered, so I need to put that on my list of scrappy things to do. So here is where I'm going to come in for the third time, and I end up pulling out a completely different color. This is Shimmers. You know, I can't remember which one this is. I'm sorry, I can look it up. If you have a question on which color I am using, just leave me a little comment and I will answer it for you. So I decide that I really wanted the background to be not as bright. I felt like the bright teal of the background was competing with the bright colors of the papers and everything else that I had chosen. So this definitely works so much better. And I just squirt the mist onto the background, and I almost, you see, I almost squirted the wrong mist again. So I squirted the shimmers on it, and then I was just able to add a little bit more with the packaging technique to allow it to peek out from my title, which is exactly what I wanted. I knew that most of this was going to get covered up with the photos, and that was fine. I just wanted little bits of it to splash out. So this is so much better. So at this point, I am cutting the label that was on the original layout, and I am going to back it behind that cluster. I cut a red label in half, and I placed half of it behind the flare, and then the other half in that cluster that is to the left. So I'm just going to go ahead and get things stuck back down. So this is pretty much it for me. You will not see me glue down everything because I had to really do a lot of editing with this layout, because it would have been almost like 40 minutes. It's crazy how long it took me, but that's okay. Like I said, I love the way that the layout turned out, so I am happy with that. So the final little embellishments that you will see me add are some wood veneer stars. I am just pulling those off the page. And you know, when I pulled everything off the page, there was only one wood veneer star casualty. Everything else I was either able to cut or salvage. So, you know, in the end, it all worked out. So be sure and check out Audrey's channel if you aren't already subscribed, and see her video. And as I said earlier, I will link it in the details section below, and take a look at the close-up pictures so you can see a little bit more in depth how the layout turned out. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.